Today is a big day in my cancer journey. For reference, it is May 28th, 2025. It's been about a year since my brain tumor surgery. It's been about 4 months since I decided to stop chemo treatments altogether. I've had surgeries to my liver and colon. Both of those were at the same time. I had another liver resection. I lost my gallbladder. I had a liver ablation, which was supposed to be the easiest of all the surgeries, but for me, it was the worst. I had a lung lobectomy, and of course, the gamma knife surgery on my brain. Thinking back over the last couple of years, there have been a lot of moments and conversations that have really stood out. One of my favorites was just a couple of months back. I was actually at this desk. I was sitting in this chair talking to this computer. I was doing a follow up conversation with my oncologist after my brain surgery. And I was rambling on about something for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden he stopped and interrupted and said, "Hey, wait, you were right." It caught me off guard because I had no idea what he was talking about. So I stopped and he said, "You were right. I'm glad you didn't listen to me. I'm glad you came to the Mayo Clinic. I cannot believe how great you are right now." So, what that was in reference to is when I got diagnosed with the tumor, that was here locally, here in Bedford. He got a hold of me and said, "Hey, I don't know what your plans are, but you can't come here to the Mayo Clinic. Like, it's too bad. You'll never survive the trip. You need to go to Pittsburgh. You need to have immediate brain surgery." I'll be honest, I didn't feel like I'd survive Pittsburgh. And I probably shouldn't have said it that way. Like, there's good doctors at Pittsburgh, good people at Pittsburgh, but I just thought my chances would be better at the Mayo Clinic. So Lisa and I decided to go against doctor's orders, and we drove to the Mayo Clinic. And that's really what cancer is all about. Like, every day, you're making decisions that could potentially save your life or could cost you your life. Looking back over the last couple of years, I have definitely made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong, we made a lot of the right decisions too, and that's why I'm still here. But if I had to do it all over again, I probably would make some changes. I didn't know much about cancer back then. I would just ask the doctors what I should do, and I would do everything they tell me to do. Their job was to come up with a treatment plan. My job was just to tolerate it and get through it. Nurses would ask me during treatment how I was doing. My answer was always the same: "I'm fine, good enough, but maybe give me a puke bag just in case." With Lisa being a nurse, I've heard the stories about how annoying people can be, and I strove to be a good patient. Didn't want to be that annoying one. So I wanted to become friends with everybody there, and I was. Everybody from the receptionist to the cleaning lady to everybody in between. My goal was to make someone's day a little brighter when I went to go visit them. And that really changed my perspective on treatments. Instead of dreading, getting ready to go through all the suck that was about to happen, is I was instead looking forward to those conversations I was going to have with all the people that work there. Things that I would have done differently. Early on, I asked both UPMC and the Mayo Clinic if I should make changes to my diet. I didn't get much of a response from either team. No, not really. So I didn't. Matter of fact, my diet probably even got worse. Every time that I got sick, I would eat. And I would eat all the wrong stuff. I would eat chips, Cheez-Its, Ritz crackers. And I ate a lot because I was sick a lot. Most people lose weight during chemo. Not me. I gained weight. If I had to do it all over again, it was years later, when I realized when I found the keto diet and eliminated sugar from my diet and all the carbohydrates, and I was able to do 2 chemo sessions while on the keto diet. The side effects were night and day. I barely had any side effects when I was on the keto diet. So all those years of me just eating when I was sick, thinking that I was helping, I was actually making it worse. I get inspired by all the newly diagnosed cancer patients that reach out to me for advice. I get inspired because they are right from the get-go trying to change everything up, trying to beat this thing right from the start. And they all have different plans, and that's okay, because like Not one plan is going to work for everybody. The key to all of these plans is you need to set goals, you need to take a lot of notes, you need to keep track. And then if you're not reaching those goals, you need to be able to come up with new plans. Let me just talk about some of their plans. Like three of them come to mind. I've got one person who, is doing the chemo, doing the radiation, and she's got a list of supplements that she's taking, trying to get better. Good plan. Got another person who decided she does not want to do the chemo, does not want to do the radiation. She's going to follow that Chris Beats Cancer plan, which that is mostly like doing juicing, making smoothies, and just, taking a large amount of vegetables, trying to beat this thing. I've got another friend who's doing the chemo, doing the radiation, but then doing some of the crazier stuff, doing the ivermectin, doing the methylene blue, doing the fenbendazole. And again, the key to all this is taking notes, recognizing when something's not working. Talk about notes. I've taken a lot of notes over the last couple of years. Um, there's one binder of notes. I've got a couple of these. Um, I have spreadsheets with thousands and thousands of entries. I mean, if I'm at a doctor's appointment and somebody asks me a question about, hey, have you ever done this? My memory's gone, but I can access all of it with this. So it's important to take notes. So anyhow, so these people need to set goals and they need to recognize, hey, if it's not working, all right, we need to change it up. Just keep trying to get better. Keep doing new stuff. All right, let's talk about today. Why is today so important? I guess first I should talk about goals and how my goals have changed over the years. My very first goal, after I was diagnosed, I knew I had a family vacation plan for about 2 months after that. So I put off all treatment until we got through that vacation. That could have been the last one. Second goal, Colby graduated just a couple of days after my first diagnosis, but the Ryan and Reagan still had 2 more years to go. So 2 years, that was my goal. And I know if you're watching this, you're thinking, well, why would your goal only be 2 years? Like, why isn't it to beat it? And that's because I knew the odds. I've had that mutated gene, that KRAS G12A. Doctors don't have a cure. There's no way they can fix it. And even if I didn't have that, the survival rate for somebody with stage 4 colon cancer for 5 years is only 2%. 2% of all the people that have stage 4 cancer survive 5 years. Today, March 28th, 2025, is my 5-year anniversary. I am in that 2%. I don't know why. I'm very appreciative, very thankful. This morning, Lisa and I were drinking our morning coffee and just celebrating the milestone. She has to work this week. I took the week off because good chance I was going to be an emotional wreck, and sure enough. So anyhow, she listens to K-Love radio, and she got in her car to go to work, and the very first song that was played was God's Not Done With You. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. It's time to set new goals. It's time to try new things to get better. I'm publicly announcing that my new goal is to go from stage 4 cancer to stage 0. I don't care anymore what the doctors have told me. All those odds and stats, they just apply to people that follow the normal standard of care. And that is take chemo until it doesn't work, or take chemo until the chemo has done so much body that you die from that. So we're just gonna do things to get healthy. I mean, continue what I'm doing, just get a little better at it. Eat better, avoid sugar, take some more supplements, like some different ones, cardio, weight training, get outside more, continue to get good sleep, sauna 3 to 4 times a week, red light therapy, praying, fasting. Like, this stuff doesn't need to be complicated. It's stuff that we all should be doing. Just try to get healthier. But in addition to that, I'm going to do some of the crazy stuff too. Like I have been experimenting with the fenbendazole, the ivermectin, the methylene blue. Started at low dosage. Been checking my liver and my kidney functions. Everything's going well, so we're going to double down on those. Increase the amount of take for the next month and see what happens. Going to start doing those vitamin C drips as well. All right. The next trip to the Mayo Clinic is in late July. Now in April, the cancer was still there. It seemed to be stable, but still there. I doubt we can eliminate cancer in 3 months, but we're going to try. All right, guys, that's it for now. Appreciate all the support.